guys, I thought we'd have a look at fast car because I see tabs for this online and they go up the neck, which is fine. It's all correct. I just thought, you know what? We could do that in an easier way. We definitely could. We could stay down here where things are nice. So, so we're going to be looking at chords C to G. Notice that my little finger's come up one. It should be there for normal G, but it's just come up one so that I can pick the tune. Then we're going to come over to an E minor, which you probably won't even notice actually, because I'm not putting fingers on. So you don't even have to have that on. That's your E minor. It's just that that's part of the tune. And then you're going to be coming to a D. That one you will put down because you have a bunch of 2 3s. 2, 3. Stay with me on this. Okay, so let's break it down. Oh, and full disclosure, guys, you can pretty much ignore this thumb. It just likes to come up and say hi whenever I play this guitar. But I know a lot of people think that that's how you should be playing, and then their fingers go flat with a C chord. Put the thumb down. Can you see that? I've got more room. I've got more of a bridge going on. I've got a good arch. Everything is happy. I've got loads of room to move. If your thumb's up here, especially if it's up there, your whole hand has gone flat, and you're going to catch things. The minute it's down, nothing's going to catch because you've got more room to move. Oh, and you might hear my ring bash every now and then. I apologise. But I don't mean to. Okay, so breaking it down then. We're starting with that C chord. And I know what you're thinking already. You're like, yeah, but there's a 0 first. Yes, there is. But you want to kind of tell your fingers, C chord formation, guys. And then they've got the 3 in the bass ready to go. So we got a Jessica. And again, just to show you which fingers I'm using, I got my thumb on my bass notes, as always. Index in the middle. Middle finger on the B string. Sorry, it's because I said middle twice through my brain. And then my ring finger is down here on that top E string. This is just where they rest normally anyway. I call these Pima fingers, P-I-M-A. Don't worry about that too much, but anyway, so that's where they are. So the main tune is being played by my middle finger over here. And I'm just putting some bass notes in it, just to make it nicer. So again, we've got a Jessica. And I really want this one to stay down so it rings on. And then there's little fingers creeping into view because it's coming up into the next shape, which is a G. And then we've got a dum-ti-ti, dum-ti-ti. And that is my middle finger with my thumb, then going into my index. Dum-ti-ti. So all together with that bar, you've got a Jessica, dum-ti-ti. Let's do it again. Jessica, dum-ti-ti. And you know what? I've just sort of assumed you know what I'm doing, but I haven't talked through the fact I'm basically hammering that one down. So don't worry if yours is quiet. This is still the way you want to be doing that. You don't really want to have to go, because then it doesn't have that smoothness that the original had. So just throw it down. If it sounds great, if it doesn't, work on it, and that's fine. I'm aiming for the bony bit of my finger, because if I get on the pad, like if I'm just off by a little bit, oh, it worked. Well, that's the first time. It's normally more like that. Really quiet. It's just a very resonant guitar. Don't worry about it. But if yours is quiet, you aim for the bone. All right, next bar. This is the E minor, but we can ping it all off. Trying to move them out the way for you. And it is just your bassy E, your B string, and your E string, and you're just holding down that 3. And then you're going into a D chord, normal D. And again, you pluck it just as it's written. You've got your D string, your B string, and your E string. So thumb, middle, ring. And then the 2, 3 are there just on the end as well, which is why you leave the whole chord shape down, because you need the 2 and the 3. You don't really need this one, but can you imagine if you accidentally hit the wrong thing? So you might go, if I take it off. Actually, that wasn't too bad a mistake, I must admit. But you could get that, which is why it's better if you just tell your hand, just pop a D chord down. Your hand probably knows a D chord by now, so it will just default to that anyway. So it's like a safety blanket, right? Nice, happy place to be. So then you have double dots and you go round again. Before we go round again, let's just talk about the rhythm in that bar. So you've got a John, a nice long one, dotted crotchet, John, and then another dumpty, dum-ti-ti. You do kind of have a T because you can see that's 2 quavers on the end. It's just that one of them's a rest. So what that means is you'd play the 3 and then stop squeezing to get that kind of punchiness. But optional, guys, you can leave it ringing. That's totally fine. Here we go. Let's try it through twice because it's a repeated passage anyway. I will do it with the punchiness first and then without the second time. So in other words, with the rest the first time, without the rest the second time. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. It's such a subtle difference, right? You don't even notice it. Okay. And as you go down through the rest of the score, it's like, oh, hang on, this is like a direct copy. Yep. That bit's exactly the same. The last line is identical to the top line, so the only new bit you have to learn is the... Which, as you can see, isn't actually that bad. Once you know where you're going, you can just navigate. So you're going 3rd fret to 5th fret, or as I like to think of it, 1st dot to 2nd dot. And slide on your little finger. I know what you're thinking. I don't want to slide on my little finger. Yeah, but you've just come from that shape. So your little finger's down there already, playing a G, so it's not too much of an effort for it to just go down one string and then you've got all these fingers ready to get to a D. So it makes sense. So slide on your little finger. Trust me on this. And this is a kind of offbeat rhythm. It's a ba, 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 ba. That's a technical term for everybody. Ba, 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 ba. I missed my D out that time, but that's okay. I still plucked upwards. So let's do it nice and slow. Let's bring this hand back up, just about there, so it's not too much in the way. And I'm plucking all of that with my ring finger because that's where it would normally be sitting. And also, just as a reminder, guys, don't feel you have to pluck up here just because I am. I'm doing it so you can see both hands in shot. Because I always think it can be a bit confusing when the hand is by the sound hole and you're looking at 2 different shots in one on a camera. So this way you can see everything that's happening in real time. But anyway, where was I? Let's do that again. So, and that's my thumb, my middle, and my ring there. If I move my index finger out the way, you can see it's just those guys. And then you're back to your D chord. And I'm just using my little finger on 3rd fret on the E. And then I just take it off. And then you're there. That is the song. So, ways to develop that then. Just as a little bit of an extra if you want to. I'm putting down my C already. Putting down my G already. With my E minor, I could actually put down an E minor as well as that. And I could have a little... And you'll probably think, yeah, but you're still not hitting the 2 in the middle. Ah, but my thumb might. If I get too into it, I might get a little roll going. So you'll know that you'll notice this about me even. I do like to put down the chords just in case. It's kind of like a safety blanket sometimes, like a net, you know, of a trapeze artist. That way, if something goes wrong with this hand, say his hand is just not on point for a day, it might pluck from there, for instance. If my E minor is down, then I'm good to go. I'm not going to make a mistake because my chord's there, it's got my back. If my chord isn't there and I make a mistake like that, it will sound a bit odd. And you just sort of hope that it gets lost in it. But that's why I do it. So there you go, that's your room for extension. Pop down the E minor. And now a room for a non-extension if you're struggling with getting in the bass notes, guys. So everything the thumb is doing, then just stick to the melody. So you can, the melody's the tune, right? So that's all the B string for that first bar, ending on the G. And then coming over to the E, B. So you could just do that until you're nice and happy with that, and then you can start to put on the bass notes. Alright? So go at your own pace. You know yourself better than I do, so you know what level you're at, alright? But like I said, don't pluck from here, pluck from over here. My hand is so much happier down here. That's so much better. There you go. Well, I really hope you like this song. I can't help but love this song. It's got me through some tough times. I'm sure it did with you guys as well. It just seems to be one of those songs, right? We all have a fast car story. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all again soon.